Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Sunday morning, bright and early, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. I'm going to do a Sunday study group for warriors. I got a lot to talk about. We'll see how much time I have today. I may actually make a second one of these. So we'll see. There may be a part 1 and part 2. We'll just see how far we get through. We're going through hurricane down here. Thanks to some of you guys who reached out to me right on, It's always good to have people thinking about you. I'm not going to get in too much to my own situation. It doesn't matter. It's not about me. Let's just get into this list. I got a lot from my studies. I don't know if you guys stay on your studies. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. I stay on my daily study every single day because it's about mind, body, and soul. So let's get into it. The first thing I wrote down was a line in a movie I was watching, and it hit me. You ever hear just a phrase or a sentence, a bit of words? It could be in a line in a song, a movie. It could be something someone says that you're not even talking to, that's in the same room with you. And then you overhear those words, and it could be completely out of context, and it gets you thinking. It could trigger you. This happens to me. This is a part of having PTSD. You can get triggered. Just a phrase, a line in poetry, anything can get your mind thinking to a past scenario. I don't know if you guys believe in reincarnation. I'm not sure if I believe in it. I don't promote it as a belief, but I've been playing around with it, with just learning about it and thinking about it. It's an interesting fantasy, whatever you want to call it. Some cultures believe in it wholeheartedly. They really do believe in it. It's interesting how bloodlines work. And I come from a long bloodline of pirates. So the line in the show that triggered me was this old man. It was a movie from the 40s. It was in black and white. It was on Turner Classic Network, whatever that shit is. And he was a pirate, and he was in some pirate town in like Jamaica or something. And the film was set back in the 1800s. And he says to this prostitute, this old man, he's sitting there and he's drinking, and he says to this prostitute, they're having a conversation, and he says, "An old pirate like me." That was the word, an old pirate like me. For some reason, that sentence, "an old pirate like me," fucking set me off. Doesn't take much sometimes. I don't know if you've been through it, man, but I've been through it. Feels like I've been through this shit, through hard times, through struggle, for thousands of years. There's something down inside me that resonates with my bloodline. I come from a long bloodline of pirates. That's what this tattoo is about. This is a pirate tattoo. Captain Blood. I come from a long line of pirates on my father's side. Captain Blood was a real person and related to me. There was an Errol Flynn movie about it. I have articles that I liberated, let's just say I liberated them, from the archives. And that's where I got this tattoo was from those articles. My most famous pirate relative, Captain Blood, was exiled from England. He tried to steal the Royal Crown jewels, broke into the Tower of London. He kidnapped the Duke of Ormond, held him ransom. He wasn't put to death. He got busted. He didn't get away with his plot. He got busted. But he got exiled from England. And that's when he started his life as a pirate. And at least 200 years later, every single man on my father's side, every man that is born into that family ends up a goddamn pirate, whether you want to or not. An old pirate like me. Let's go to the next one. If you have stress, you have stress. Everybody's stressed out. I'm stressed out like a motherfucker right now. Stress means you need more structure. Think of a bridge. If a bridge is falling down, it needs more structure. Think of any kind of building that you would make, that you would build. If there's stress put on that structure, it'll collapse. If there's pressure put on a structure where that stress is too much for it to handle, that structure collapses, that building collapses. So in order to withstand stress, we need to fortify our beams to make ourselves stronger. This is what mind, body, and soul is about. It's constantly strengthening yourself, fortifying your bridge, just making sure that you're strong enough to handle the storms. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to breeze through some of these pretty quick. I'll stay a long time on some of them and move through some of them. If everyone in your circle is less than you, how do they add to you? Now you got to hear that again. Think about this. If everyone in your circle, if all your friends, if they're less than you, then how do they add to you? Your friends should add to you. They shouldn't bring you down. Your friends are either bringing you down or helping you out or adding to you. Which is it? I can honestly say that a lot of my friends shouldn't be my friends. It's a hard thing to say. But not everybody in my circle adds to who I am. And that's a problem. Do a little inventory of who is around you, of who's in your inner circle. And you may want to readjust what your inner circle looks like. We have inner circles and outer circles, right? You have confidants and connections. Not everybody should be a confidant. Some motherfuckers should just be connections. Let's move to the next one. This is about your greatness. Everything in the tree is in the acorn. Everything that you see in that oak tree came from an acorn. That big giant tree that supports life, that gives air so we can breathe, that majestic tree came from a little seed, just a little tiny nut. So the lesson in that is that you don't wait to get big before you become great. A lot of motherfuckers are putting off their greatness. They're waiting to be great. The fuck you waiting for? If you're not great, small, if you're not great as a janitor, you'll never be great as president. If you're not great as just some loser in the ghetto, living at the bottom, if you're not great at the bottom, as nothing, then you won't be great. If you get to the top, you won't make it to the top, but if you did, you wouldn't be great. You'd fall, you'd be weak, your structure would be weak. Everything that's great is in you. Let's move to the next one. I get a lot of people that ask me sometimes, how do I make it through? How do I make it through life? How am I so strong? Well, there's a few things that help me get through. Hope, courage, and faith. Those are the three things that get me through, is hope, courage, and faith. I have hope for a better day. No matter how bad it gets, I always have hope. I've lived in war zones. I've lived in the worst areas this country has to offer. I've been through some of the worst shit you can imagine. I always have hope. Being homeless didn't break my hope. Getting dumped multiple times. I've been left by more than one woman. None of it broke my hope. I always have hope. No matter what, I have hope. I have courage. A lot of you motherfuckers don't have courage. I can act even if I'm scared. A lot of you people let your fear conquer you. And I have faith. A lot of you motherfuckers don't even want to hear that word. I mentioned God and you little bitch motherfuckers want to troll me. And then you want to ask me on the same token, how are you so strong? Go fuck yourself is how. Let's move on to the next one. I got so much, I don't know if I'm going to get through all this shit. We'll just see what happens. Let's talk about worry a little bit more, about stress a little bit more. You conquer your worry with gratitude. You understand how that works? You conquer your worry, your stress, with gratitude. That's what counteracts your stress. You're stressed? Be grateful. Some of you guys get it, some of you don't. There's a battle between good and evil going on out there, an existential battle, but a very real battle that you'll find being fought in the streets, fought in the boardroom, fought in Congress. There's a very real battle of good and evil. It may be happening in your children's school when they're trying to add in, people are trying to add in transgendered material for 7-year-olds. There's a battle of good and evil. The battle of good and evil boils down to fear versus love. Evil equals fear. How do you define evil? Evil is fear. That's all evil is. Evil is fear. That's what evil is. Evil is fear. What conquers fear? How do you battle fear? How do you battle the devil? With love. The devil can't handle love. You kill the devil with love. You kill fear with love. You conquer worry with gratitude. Let's move on. Some get it, some don't. Now it definitely pertains to me. I've been working with this. Maybe some of you are too. Are you torn between two lives? Now, I used to live a very real double life. A double life. I had a split personality. And it wasn't some craziness, it turned into it, but it started off as a very intentional act. A manipulation. A scam. Where I was in the streets, running as a criminal, committing lots of crimes, weekly, daily. But I also had a normal life, put normal in quotes, and tried to act very legit and very upstanding and to, I wasn't going around bragging. I don't have tattoos on my face, as you see. Some people are so stupid, they want to brag about the shit that they claim. That's why I never really got down with a lot of these 1% clubs. You motherfuckers are playing this game of gangster. And then you're going around wearing these fucking vests. You don't see no Gambinos wearing vests that say Gambino on the back, motherfucker. There's a reason why. Do I gotta make a video and teach all you motherfuckers how to be gangsters? And I've been torn between two worlds. Between who I used to be and who I want to be. I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a piece of shit. I was born into this shit. There's 9,000 years of fucking criminality going on in this bloodline. And I don't want to be that way. You guys desperately want to be that way. You troll fucking YouTube trying to suck up information on these little prison channels, on these little biker channels, on these little gang channels, trying to fucking write shit down and learn how to be gangsters, motherfucker. It was born into me. And I don't want to be that way. I'll gladly give that shit to you just to get rid of it. Sometimes worse is more familiar. I've been loyal to a fault. You know what that means? Loyal to a fault. Capital F-A-U-L-T. Fault. Loyal to the fault. It doesn't mean that that's a good thing. You have to know when to give up on situations or people. Situations or people that are trying to hold you back from your greatness. Are you torn between two lives? It's time to make a choice. Get off that fence. This is what I've had to do. It's been tough. It's been so tough to give up an aspect of myself. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to have to end it here. I have probably 5 or 6 more. Maybe I'll make another video. I just want to bring this up. I heard this term and I thought it was interesting. I'd never heard this before. There's a term called coward culture. You've heard of cancel culture. Let's talk about coward culture. All the cowards. There's a lot of cowards out there. A lot of afraid motherfuckers. A lot of scared men. The coward culture are the sheeple. The people that just regurgitate fucking information that they've heard. They memorize it like a school child, not really engaging in it. just hoping that they can spit it back out for the test. And the test is when you talk with your buddies at the water cooler and you get to tell your side of the story when you're talking about the economy. But all you're doing is just regurgitating your fucking bullshit that you heard somebody on the news talk about. You don't understand the economy. You don't know anything about anything. You're just sitting there spewing your fucking bullshit, being a part of some goddamn propaganda machine. Fucking dumb motherfucking coward bitch. Fucking sheeple. That's what they call them. They're sheep people. Coward culture is also these people that go the easy road out of fear. They're always picking the easy road. They're always trying to figure out the easiest, most convenient route to take because they don't want to have to go in front of any obstacles. Obstacles trigger them. Obstacles kill them. Obstacles are so scary. It breaks me down and I just have this horrible life. Shut the fuck up, you fucking weak coward. These are the people, these going it easy people. They're always looking for their wholeness in others. Are you looking for your wholeness in someone else? Does someone else make you whole? This is all just food for thought. Thanks for watching.